So it's official. KDP got back to me and they said, yes, your account is terminated. You can no longer sell your comic books on our format. So here's the thing about that. I don't know where to begin. My old plan with my books on KDP solely relied on the KDP marketing format. Here's what broke. Essentially, first of all, I've been on KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing, for, since 2018. I've made this many books on there. Also, these books were printed on there. They print a book when somebody orders it. I've got the first year book here, and then, which I didn't know what I was doing, and I made it gigantic. And I've got all these other ones that are more like the regular paperback size. So I've got years of my comics inside of these books. Now I just realized that I've spilled coffee on them, and I'm dropping them all over the place. And the problem there being is I can't get those printed again because KDP canceled my account. That's one of the factors that sucks about this. The other thing too is that the ebooks, which I sold more of, I didn't sell a lot of the printed books. I was using a program that was called Kindle Select for authors, and for people that had a Kindle Unlimited account, they can read, it's like Netflix for books. They can read all the ebooks they want. But the thing is the author gets paid per page that is read. I said in my previous video, KDP terminated my account. And they said, if you think this is wrong, reply. And I thought, well, I can for sure explain, no, I didn't do anything wrong. And they said, we looked at your account again, and you did. You violated our terms and services. And basically, I don't have the exact wording, but they basically said, don't email us about it again. This is final. So there you go. And I was like, you know what? Hell with this. I have switched recently to more of a creator-owned direction. I just launched my website for my comics, self-designed, self-hosted, so I don't rely on any platform. And even I've been using Mastodon more. I've been using PixelFed more. I've been using more non-corporate owned things, and all of them are more intertwined. So maybe this is you know what, own your own books. That's what I'm going to do next. So even though my entire webcomic site was reliant on my KDP strategy, why can't I say that word? Strategy. There we go. I am going to switch now to a more creator-owned sort of thing. So I decided to pivot. The pivot this week is I've started including digital formats on just my website. I looked at a couple of different carts. I looked at doing it on Gumroad. I looked at doing it on, what's the other one? Itch.io, itch.io. And I've seen that people were doing it there, but I've had a Ko-Fi account for a while, and I like that. It's like Patreon, but it also is really more for people can do donations. They don't have to sign up to get, monthly things, or you don't have to create membership tiers, but you can also just use a store on there. Anyway, I'm testing that one out. Problem is rebuilding my digital library, as I've written here in my notes, is a big problem. So as I said earlier, my first book, I literally drew a comic every day. I've got 365 comics to put in here. And I just finished putting that one together as an ebook. And as an ebook, I mean, I created a PDF, and then also the old classic digital comic book style, I did a CBZ format, which is one specifically for comic book readers. It's kind of like when people would rather have the WAV file instead of the MP3, is probably my best way to describe that. Anyway, so I'm restarting that whole thing. I've done one book so far, and I did my Bobbert and the Monster book, the first one. And I've put that on Ko-Fi. I've connected it to my site. Plus, just for fun, because I already had an account, I put it in the Google Play bookstore. So it's also available there. Don't know where else yet. I'm just testing out Ko-Fi. I have no success rate. I just did this. So that's just where I'm at. I don't know where, if you're making comics, where you put them, where you do them, where you have the most success. So I still have other things I have to do aside from this. I went to an estate sale this week and got a whole stack of books. So I need to list those because, speaking of selling things, I have to keep my, I actually like this book. I have to keep my eBay store going because I do have stuff to sell on there. I have money to make there, and I also have orders to ship this week. So I got to do that Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I have a live stream for my band that I have to set up each week, so I still got to do that. I have a podcast coming out, an interview that I just did, so I have to publish that. So I have some minor video editing to do, plus setting it up on all the podcast platforms. And then I am also working on another tutorial video. So I've recorded the tutorial video. It's about how we originally started our live stream, like the way we did it with little to no equipment. But yeah, right now I'm just trying to decide what is the best way to go about my comic books, even though I have those other tasks to do. But I've set aside time for those. Each one of those tasks are going to take a few hours. What I'm really trying to do is decide whether or not this is the way I want to go about the Ko-Fi book store that I'm using right now. It's embedded in my site. It takes people there. All of this is still what I'm deciding. So I don't have any of this solved. I'm just like, this whole thing threw me for a loop. I would be literally doing other things or focusing on other items if it weren't for the fact that KDP literally said, I've said literally too many times, KDP said, no, we are not renewing your account. I just love that they were like, don't contact us again about it. So I'll report back to see what works. I'm liking the Ko-Fi thing, but that's just because it was easy to set up. It already has kind of comics in place, but I do want to try itch.io. I've talked to a few artists that use it and they seem to dig it. So I don't know. Have you run into a setback like this? Are you selling your comics somewhere? Do you make comics? Do you read comics? I'd love to have some info and love to hear your feedback about what you do and how you're taking care of it. So that's it. I'm going to check back next time. I'm going to try and list some of these things today, and I will see you next time. So long.